Okay, we are live. So, hello guys, and welcome to Lifestyle Secrets presentation meeting. This week we have two brilliant speakers once again, back with popular demand, Julianne Burns to show the presentation. And once Julianne's done, we'll have John Bates showing the back office. One second, I've got my YouTube playing on the background. I'm just going to change. Mute that. That's better. Right, that's better. Right, as I was saying, guys, Julianne will be doing the presentation and John will be doing the back office. But I'll give you a little bit about myself first. My name is Kevin Bates and I'm your host for this evening. And I have been in CFX with my wife, Vicky, for 15 months now. We started on the lowest package that's available in CFX for $300. And now, 15 months later, we both, me and Vicky, have two $10,000 contracts with CFX and a massive, massive team that is growing every day. You know, it's an absolutely extraordinary business. What I recommend is that you listen to Julianne and then get back to the person who invited you here and jump on board, guys, because this is a great opportunity for the people. And, you know, you really will be missing out if you don't do that. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Julianne Burns.
Thank you, Kevin. Thanks very much. It's really good to see, you know, how well you're doing. You know, you've just amassed a really big team around you, and it's really exciting to watch, you know, how well you're doing. So thanks for introducing me. So I want to welcome everybody on here this evening, whether you're watching it live or you catch it a wee bit later on and catch up. Now, the one thing I always like to do anytime I present is to really truly, you know, thank and commend people for actually turning up and joining one of these meetings, because let's face it, you know, the majority of people just won't, you know, and, you know, that's not their fault. You know, we're so heavily conditioned into, you know, believing that the way forward in earning money is by doing it the traditional way, whether that's, you know, through the job center and newspaper, you know, online jobs, you know, whatever, looking for jobs that way. And, you know, coming up with some kind of job, you know, that's fairly traditional, you know, whether it's the teacher, the doctor, you know, the cleaner, the civil servant, whatever it is. But, you know, we're a long way into the digital age now, and there's an awful lot more opportunities, you know, outside the box. So it's really commendable, you know, that you have come on here and taken that first, you know, leap of faith and, you know, and just taking a lesson, because all this is education. One good thing about this business, no one's ever going to coerce you into joining the business, but it certainly is an eye-opener, and I really do hope you enjoy the presentation this evening. So as I was saying there, you know, it's a little bit outside the norm, and but really, you'll find out in a little minute when I go through the presentation, you know, how it's not really outside the norm. It's only outside the norm, or outside, you know, what's conventional for the general public, or the masses, or, you know, whatever you want to call it, Joe Blogs. Yeah. In reality, you know, the elites, the top 1%, you know, the people who sort of are educated to this stuff are already doing this, you know. So I'm going to just go and take ourselves into the presentation now and share my screen, and you'll see exactly why I made that statement, why it is not really something that's outside the norm. So when you really think about it, you know. So, okay, so let's get started then. Okay, so this business is called Cash FX, and it stands for Cash Forex Group. Okay, and I am going to just move you straight on to this first page. And this first page here is going to explain to you exactly why this is not as outside, you know, the conventional sort of ways of earning money than you think, because where we earn our money in this business is from the Forex market. And if you can see my wee cursor sort of circling that, the Forex market, look at the size of it. It trades $5.3 trillion every single day. So if somebody tries to tell me that this business is outside, you know, is something that is not good, that doesn't, you know, happen very often, well, you need to think again, because compare it to the New York Stock Exchange. Not that we all, you know, understand that fully. In fact, I think it's absolutely crazy. In fact, I'll go as far as saying criminal that we're not taught these things in school, which is why not many of us tap into these type of industries. But compare it to this New York Stock Exchange. That's one of the ways of, one of the markets that we have heard about, albeit we don't know much about it either. But look at the difference in the Forex market. And this is where we earn our money inside Cash FX. Now, the Forex stands for foreign exchange market, okay? And really all it is, very, very simply put, is that people are out there earning money on the fluctuations in different currencies. Yeah, the dollar against the pound against the euro, you name it. In those exchanges of currencies, people are making money. So why on earth can we not, tap into that? And this is why I'm really proud that the founders of this business have, albeit with all the financial wealth that they've already amassed before setting this business up, they decided it's time to sort of bring this industry to the people. So as you start understanding this business more, you'll understand exactly why they do it. And aren't we glad we did? Because we're allowed to tap into this hugely lucrative market. Now, what is the Forex? It's the largest, most liquid financial market in the world. We've already said that $5.3 trillion is traded every single day. So somebody's making money out of it. So why can't we? So if anybody thinks this is too good to be true, well, it's happening out there. So why can't we? It's historically proven to be recession proof, and it's also COVID proof as well, because we're all still making money, even though there's a lot of businesses that are falling down and crumbling around us. It's got a most flexible risk management strategies available, and you can leverage and compound your capital to maximize your gains. So, you'll understand that as you go through the business, just how exactly we do profit. And the foreign exchange market trades 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. Even they have to have a wee weekend off because they work so hard, all the traders. Okay, so a wee bit of background about, the Cash FX group. We truly have some very, very strong core values, and it's all very well me telling you about them and spouting off this and reading off this presentation. But again, it's one of those things, the further, the more research you do, the further you look into the company, the deeper you are into the business, the longer you are in the business, you really, really, really find that out exactly for yourself, which everybody who's presenting on this call can vouch for. So the core values, transparency. I want to just really touch on that, transparency and honesty. The CEOs in this business, one great thing about them is they're very visible. And we see them on, our monthly calls every single month. They're on calls with, people are a wee bit higher up in the business every single week. They put notes on all our different little groups just to keep us all informed of absolutely everything that's going on in the business. So there's nobody running around like headless chickens. Everybody does know exactly what's going on. And we're kept up to date with anything that changes. Now, so transparency, honesty, respect to our members. We believe these values are the key to long-term successful partnership with our global members. And the key word there is long-term. And again, there's an awful lot of businesses out there that are, they come and go, they're like yesterday's chip paper, really. And there's been a lot of copycat businesses like this along the way. But believe me when I say a lot of them have fallen by the wayside. And we're over 2 years in business now. And, a lot of people throw the word scam about, and I don't know too many scams that stick around for more than 2 years. So, certainly something to consider if you do have that little, thing that's sort of, ticks away at your head or chips away at your head. Our purpose is to provide the CFX Global membership with our Premium Academy and our proprietary automated trading technology to assist members as they discover financial success within the Forex marketplace. All sounds a wee bit complicated so far, but believe me, it's very, very simple. And I'm going to break it down for you. Our positioning, our Premium Academy includes the most basic Forex trading concepts, instruction, while also supporting members that choose to develop trading skills. So you can have the traders trade for you, or you can learn to do it yourself. So I'll get into that in a little bit. Concepts and mental development skills as they progress to advanced and professional strategies and trading skills, concepts and mental development. Mental development is very important. There's a lot of, traditional businesses out there that don't really look into that. And it's really, really good that they, look to train us on, expanding our mind and, the way we think, which is wonderful. Okay, so these are our founders, and always good when you're looking for a business online is to have a look and do your research on the founders. And these two guys have got extensive background in the world of foreign exchange, in the world of cryptocurrencies, in the world of network marketing. Very, very wealthy men. There is a lot of money that's been, channeled into this business, and that's always a great sign when you're choosing a business online. So there's great financial infrastructure before they even started. And what if you were to come and join us in this business, what they have ahead is phenomenal, and it takes money. So it's really, really comforting to know that the financial side of this business is very, very strong. Here's another reason why the financial end of this business is very strong, is because they have actually bought out, and I'll not say that word lightly, they have completely bought fully the full 9th floor of the RBS building in Panama, and we're due now. They bought it before the business started, but because of COVID, lots of things, builders and all sorts of things, everything took a bit of a step back. But we're going to it's really exciting. We're going to have the ribbon cutting ceremony, where it's going to be completely finished now in this month, towards the end of this month. So that's something to look out for if you happen to do a bit more research into the business, or even better, once they're better, come and join us. You'll get to hear a lot about that. Generally, what I've found in my past and working with things online, businesses don't tend to last too long if they have premises that are rented. Okay, so if you really are going to do some deep delving into this business, or any other business for that matter, first thing to look at is, have they got actual premises bought outright, or have they got premises that are rented? If they're rented, very easy to up sticks and leave, isn't it? And I've found that to my detriment in the past. So again, another really comforting thing about this business. Okay, so what is it about Cash FX, that we all love? Well, it's the trading, really. There's lots of different ways you can make money within Cash FX, but the trading is the bit that tends to attract everybody, and that's what they're most successful at, is the trading. So they trade, just like I was explaining to you about the foreign exchange market at the beginning. They trade our money. We all put a little bit of money into the business, and I'll show you that in a second. Of course, you'll all want to know that, just to say just how much money you're going to have to part with. When we put our money into the business, they use that money. They traded on, the professional traders traded on the foreign exchange market, and they benefit from the profits with the fluctuations in the currencies every day. And then they return those profits to us. Very, very simple. Okay, and it's it's an automated platform, business management system, smart payment processors, everything about it, absolutely fantastic, top of the range infrastructure, in this business. There's no point, going on too much about that page. Okay, now, when you join the business, I said to you already before that you've got two choices. You can either sit back and allow the traders to trade for you, or you can learn to trade yourself. And fantastic part of, you're going to put a little bit of money into this business. A part of that money you put into the business goes towards paying for the academy. Okay, and what the academy is, it's like a university standard education on how to understand trading. Okay, so you might just want to even go through these modules at your leisure, and still not try and trade yourself, still just allow the traders to trade for you. But it's fantastic information just to get yourself skilled on the knowledge. So that we all have access to that, and depending on what level you come into the business, it unlocks various different stages. You have the Elemental series, then when you get to modules 1 and 4, Advanced, and then the Supreme series. And as you can imagine, when you get to the Supreme series, you're learning a little bit more intense, more complex kind of stuff when it comes to trading. Okay, this page, most important page, because this is about how much money you're going to have to dig deep for. All right, so of course, it's a trading business. We need some money to put into the business. You think about it, if you're to set up a traditional business, whether it's a shop or a fish and chip shop or a hairdressing salon, a traditional style business, you're going to have to, pour money into that business. And if you're lucky, by the time you've paid for, the premises, the rent, the rates, the lighting, the heating, electricity, all that kind of stuff, and the wages, and what else, insurances, there's not much change, you'll see, from, your hard-earned money that you put in, or, you're going to have to possibly get a bank loan or something like that, to set up a business. Many people do. And within the first year, very sad thing is that most of those businesses fail. So, of course, the founders of this business understand this. So it's very, very clever how they've devised a system that really, truly is for everybody, because they understand that not everybody has 10,000 to put towards a business. Not everybody has 20,000. But so basically, they open the beginning stages to come into this business at $300. Now, for anybody listening this evening, mostly you'll be from the UK, I imagine. That works out roughly about £220. Now, you have to sort of ask yourself, when you're thinking about embarking on this business, how much can I afford to lose? Because you can come in at any level, $300, $500, $1,000, $2,000, right up to $100,000. And many people do come in at $100,000, believe it or not. But most people generally tend to come in at these first levels, $300, $500, $1,000. And one thing we always say is make sure that if you do want to come into this business, it's with, the kind of money that you really, really, really wouldn't miss too much. If everything, went on its ass. Excuse me, I said I wasn't going to swear tonight, but that's only a wee small one. That's only a wee baby swear. But anyway, yeah, so $300, $500, $1,000 really isn't going to transform your life if you lost it. Now, am I saying you're going to lose it in this business? No, but we have to sort of say, that there's a risk to everything. And, this is no different, okay? But the things we have in place to mitigate against that risk is very, very strong, very powerful. So your money's safe. This money, what happens to it then? So the $300, now the guts of that, now I'm going to show you another wee page in a minute, but most of that $300 gets sent out to through our various brokers across the world and straight to the foreign exchange market. And depending on what pack you're on, you're going to get a percentage of profits, percentage return. Okay, so basically, let's talk about the 1,000 pack. So if you've got $1,000 trading on the foreign exchange market, what happens then is you will get a percentage, which is exactly the same if you have a 300 or 500 or 2,000, but you'll just get that little bit more because the percentage will be the same. Currently, the percentage that we're returning at the minute, I'd say for about the last year and a half, it's been around about 5.2, 5.1, 5.6, somewhere in around about that. And that's per week. Per week. I mean, seriously, all you got to do is have a wee look at your bank. Take a look at your bank statement, not so much your statement, but maybe your savings account within your bank or the credit union or any of those places that you save your money. ISAs. I mean, if any of them are returning 5% per week, then stick with them by all means. I know for a fact that they aren't. And does this sound a wee bit good to be true? Well, it's happening out there. There's people, as I showed you, there's $5.3 trillion being traded on it every single day. It's the largest, most lucrative market in the world. So, fairly safe if you ask me. And coming out with the likes of 5% per week is fairly standard, So, and there's been times when it's been more. Okay, so what happens then is as you come into the business, you've $300, right? Then you allow your profits to grow. You need your profits to grow by about roughly $200. And then what you can do is reinvest your profits back into the business again. Yeah. And buy yourself the $500 packet. Does it cost you $500? No, it only costs you the difference. Yeah. And it's not from your own pocket. It's from the profits that you've amassed from what the $300 package has given you. I hope that makes sense, okay? So you're reinvesting your profits time and time again to grow up the levels. So you've got 500. Now you need another 500 in profits to get to the 1K. And then you need another 1,000 in profits to get yourself to the 2K. And you need another 1,000 to get in profits to get to the 3K. Very, very, very much your personal choice as to how much of those profits you decide to reinvest in the business. I always liken it to, a corner shop who buys a big, box of Mars bars wholesale. He goes and buys his, the shopkeeper buys the Mars bars from the wholesaler and he sells them at a profit. Now, does the newsagent pocket that profit? If he did, he wouldn't be in business very long. He probably pockets a little bit of it, and he reinvests back into the business so he can buy more Mars bars. Do you understand? So this is exactly the same. So basically what everybody in the business does at the end of the day, it's here to give you a sideline income or a full income that will completely replace your day job. The whole point is to withdraw your profits at the end of the day. But, you know, you want to be sensible about it and withdraw and reinvest, you know, at a nice balanced level. I hope that makes sense. Okay, so these are the packages, and they, as I said, they go right up to 100,000. Okay, now the 100,000 is like the ultimate. Yeah, it's like the highest pack there is. Does it all end there once you reach that? Absolutely not. It only just begins. But I'm not going to go into the detail of what happens after that. But once you reach the 100,000 package, I'm going to tell you what that will do for you, because that's what everybody's goal is when they first join the business. You start at 300, start at 1,000, start at 20,000. It doesn't matter. If you start at $1,000 pack, as opposed to the $300 pack, it just means you're going to get to the 100,000 that little bit quicker. Now, I've had people say to me, well, if I put $300 in, Julianne, it's not going to really amass much income for me, is it? You know, unlike people who put 1,000 in or 20,000. I'm like, now that's where you're wrong. It's going to amass an absolute fortune for you, but it's just going to take you a little bit longer. That's all. Yeah. So if you can imagine you're at $300, you're going to need to, you know, allow your profits to build to get you to the 500 and your profits to build to get you to the 1,000. Yeah. And depending if you withdraw a wee bit along the way, might take you a little bit slower to get to that 100,000. So it doesn't matter where you come in the business, you're going to get to that 100,000 at some stage. Okay. Now, once you get to the 100,000, what's that going to do for you? It's all very well talking about $100,000 pack. Does that give me £100,000? No, it doesn't. What it actually does is $100,000 is trading for you on the foreign exchange market. Yeah. The profits that returns is your income. Okay. And when you get to 100,000 at current rates of return, which I've already told you is around about the 5.5% every single week, if those returns continue, then you're going to get to the from a $300 pack to the $100,000 pack in about 5 years. And that is going to amass a weekly income for you of about $3,500 to $4,000 every single week. I mean, where on earth else can you get it? Now, what do you have to do to get to that stage? Nothing. Believe me when I say you really got to do nothing except take the leap, put $300 in the business, sit back and allow the traders to trade for you. Okay. Now, it gets a lot more exciting. Okay. If I was to tell you, I'm going to tell you now that you can actually get to the $100,000 pack a lot quicker. Yeah. But you got to do a wee bit more work. Yeah. So it depends just, you know, what your personal circumstances are. You know, have you got the time? Have you got the energy? Have you got the motivation? You'll certainly have the backing. You'll certainly have the education in this business. You'll certainly have the support. It's just all down to you. So how do you get to $100,000 a lot quicker? We all get there, whether you do nothing or not. And this slide is going to give you a little bit of an insight into that. Okay, so we talk around these parts about two types of capital that we earn. There's the bear capital and the bull capital. Okay, so simply put, the bear capital, yeah, is where you earn income from the foreign exchange market. That's your profits from the foreign exchange market as a result of putting a little bit in, $300, $500, whatever it is. And you sit back and you allow the traders, professional traders that we have within CashFX to trade for you. And you just have to sit back and enjoy, you know, reap the rewards of, you know, their hard work. Isn't that great? Yeah. So that's just earning from the trade earnings alone. Okay. Now, if you want to fast forward yourself to the $100,000 pack much quicker, you're going to be earning income from the bull capital. Now, what do you got to do? you got to refer people into the business. Okay. Now, this is where people's ears start pricking up and saying, there you go there. It's one of those pyramid schemes and all of that. Believe me when I tell you, a pyramid scheme is illegal. I can't stress that enough. I'm going to say it again. Pyramid schemes are illegal. This is built on a network marketing infrastructure. Okay. Now, does it mean that all the people at the top are earning all the money and all the people at the bottom are earning nothing and they're lining the pockets of the ones at the top? That's a pyramid scheme, and that's not what this is, believe me. So if you're thinking like that at this point, do get with a person that has invited you, or one of the mentors, or myself, anybody, and will really, really, really help you understand how it's not like that. Beauty of this business is you can be a bear and just sit back and just earn from the tradings, or you can refer people into the business. Now, how do you refer people into the business? Do you have to sell to them? Do you have to have a big script? No, you don't. You just share it with them, just like you'd share you had had a lovely meal at a restaurant, just like you'd share that you watched a fantastic movie. Share with them. Listen, guys, I've been earning, a wee bit of extra money on the side. Do you want to find out a wee bit about it? You don't need to explain it to anybody. There's no sales pitches or anything that we encourage anybody to use. And then just forward them on to, one of these meetings, or refer them on to a mentor, have a 3-way call. Try to say as little as possible, because, leave that up to the people who, understand the business a lot more, because sometimes you can talk people out of it, really, just by, when we're all very eager and keen at the beginning. And believe me, I've been there plenty, but, just leave it up to us. Share it. Very, very, very simple. So what happens then when you share this business? Well, you're going to tap into a lot more bonuses. Okay. When you get a lot more bonuses. So remember I said, when you go from $300 to $500, you need roughly around about $200 to get to the next level. Yeah. Same if you're earning from the bull capital, but let's say you get a wee extra bonus for referring somebody. Then you're going to amass that profit a little bit more. You're going to get, the $200 that little bit quicker. Okay. So let's see. So look at this page here. I'm going to give you the example of the $1,000 pack. As you can see here, the red badge there. Yeah. So what happens, that money, it isn't strictly $1,000 or $300 or $500 that goes into the trading. It's actually 70% of that. So as you can see there, 70%, which is $700, is going out to the foreign exchange market to be traded on a daily basis, and you'll reap the rewards from that. The other 30% goes towards the academy, where you can learn all about, the university standard education on how to trade. If you so wish to do it yourself, you don't have to. And it also goes towards rewarding the people who do share it. It's that simple. Yeah. So let's say you've got $1,000 pack. Let's say somebody else comes into the business. You refer this business to John, for example, and John says, well, I'm going to come in it with the $1,000 pack, which is about £750, currently. Well, I'm going to get a bonus of 50% of the 30%. So the 30% is $300. I'm going to get $150. So can you see now how going from the $300 to the $500, if you've referred somebody, you've already got $150. You only need another 50 to get to the next level. I hope that makes sense. Yeah. So rather than waiting on the trading coming in every week, if you refer to other people, you're going to get bonuses. Now, can you imagine if somebody came into the business with $20,000 or let's say $10,000, you're going to get a fast start of $1,500. Yeah. So think how quickly you'll get to that $100,000 if you refer to other people. Okay. But as I said to you already, this business is really, really clever the way it's for everybody, because not everybody wants to refer people. Not everybody can refer. Some people refer people at lightning speed. Some people are really influential. Some people have, people that trust them, more than others. So some people, don't have the time. So I know so many businesses that you can only amass any kind of serious wealth for yourself if you refer people. But this business is so clever the way it's set up that you can do it by sitting back allowing the money to come in just from the traders and do nothing. You can also earn quicker by referring people. So it's lovely that there's the two. All right, I'll move on to the next slide then. And, you know, this is just about the trading results. I've already said to you that we earn around about approximately 5 to 5.5% over the last. Very, very consistent. Consistency is key, actually. And another comforting thing about this business that it's, you know, it's not up and down. You know, you're generally getting, you know, in and around. You know, the traders definitely use, you know, very, very, very similar strategies every week that work. And we're coming out with about 5%, 5.5% per week. It is capped, however, at 15%. Now, we haven't experienced lovely returns like that as yet, but we will do, and we can do. So, but I'm happy with 5% per week, as it's been for about the last year and a half so far anyway. But when it gets to 15, lovely jubbly, we'll rub our hands together. Okay, so I'm going to move on to this wee slide here, and this is just leads on from when I was talking about referring people, okay? Right, now, you think you're only going to get, you know, a little bit of income, you know, from referring people. You're going to get $150, like I showed you in that example. If you come into the business at $1,000 and somebody else comes in at 1,000, you're going to get, you know, 15% of that, okay? Now, you can also work your way up the ranks in the business as well, and you get that by amassing points. Now, I don't want to go into it in too much detail because this bonus structure takes most of us a good 2, 3, 4 months to really get our head around. But I'm going to try and explain it very, very simply, just to point out how lucrative this business actually is. It's absolutely unbelievable. It's lucrative enough by just sitting back and allowing the traders to trade for you and get your, you know, amass your some wealth for yourself from the foreign exchange market. But when you start introducing people, you really are, you're going to start earning from 5 or 6 different, you know, different places. Now, look at these wee silver arrows, yeah, that go down. So I'm going to circle my arrow there at the top. That's me. All right. I've invited John into the business. He's going to be in my level 1. Now I'm going to get $150, you know, for him coming into the business. I'm also going to get a Uni Level bonus of 10% of that as well, which is $15. So I'm going to get 150 plus 15 because he has come into the business. Okay. And then John invites Kevin into the business, and he's here. He's going to be on my level 2. Now, John is going to get $150 if he comes in at the $1,000 pack, but I'm just using that for example's sake, yeah? So Kevin's going to come in with $1,000. John's going to get $150. But both John and I are going to get the Uni Level bonus, which is $15 each as well. Then Kevin's going to invite his wife into the business, Vicky, and Vicky is now on my level 3, okay? So my level 3, Kevin's going to get $150 for introducing her, but myself, John, and Kevin is going to get the 15. So right down to level 4, you're going to get 10%, okay? Now, if you're at this level here, this is what we call an ace trader or a mentor, yeah? You'll be at this level. Now, there's going to be people, this business, believe me, we're going to just run away with you like wildfire. And there's going to be level 5, there's going to be people come in at level 6, 7, 8, and so on and so on and so on. Before you know it, you know, there's, you know, thousands of people in your team. And but you can't tap in to the 20% of the Uni Level bonus unless you get yourself to this level, which is called executive. Okay. Now, getting to executive, there's a few different criteria you have to meet. You have to amass points. You have to have so many people in your team that are, you know, that are growing this, that, and the other. I'm not going to go into too much detail on that. But wouldn't it be a real kick in the teeth if you've got somebody at level 5, 6, 7, and 8, and you're still here, sitting here at this level? You know, it really is. So it's in your best interest, if you're going to build a team, if you're going to grow a team, is to move yourself from this level to executive, and then up to, executive, then to a manager, director, ambassador, all the different levels in the company. And I'm going to show you that in a second. So we've got many people in our team that are really moving their way up with the ranks here, and they're amassing themselves an absolute fortune for themselves. So I'm not going about that. I'm conscious of time, And I'll just show you that, you know, when you move up the ranks in the business, executive manager, director, president, the company, it just shows you the wealth that the company has, because they award these people with absolutely fabulous prizes when you get to those stages. Not only are you tapping into lots of brilliant bonuses, once you get to executive level, you can opt to have this top of the range iPad, or you can opt to have the cash equivalent. So the estimated price, top of the range iPad, is $900. If you opt to take the money, you get 75% of that. Okay. Then when you get to the next level, beautiful Rolex watch, depends, you know, what floats your boat. If you want that or not, depends how expensive you want to look. And 10,000 is the estimated price. If you prefer the cash equivalent or the Bitcoin equivalent, don't want to open a can of worms here with Bitcoin and stuff like that, but we can explain, you can get back to the person who invited you and we can explain that. 7,500 you'll have if you opt for the cash equivalent. Getting to the next level now, this is where it gets really serious. 15,000, top of the range travel, you know, some kind of beautiful holiday, and or the 75% cash equivalent. Not many people are opting for that at the minute with all the restrictions with travel at the minute, but I'm sure if it wasn't for COVID, many people in the business would have, you know, been happily accepted that as a prize as opposed to the cash equivalent. Then you've got the Porsche, gets more serious, or the cash equivalent. The Ferrari, 200,000, or the cash equivalent. And then, come on, this is the top one, then the Lamborghini. Now, it all sounds, you know, all very American and that kind of thing, doesn't it? You know, all these prizes. But really, it's such an accolade, you know, when you get to these stages within the business. And another really comforting thing to know about this business, and, you know, the financial infrastructure that it has behind it is the fact that these prizes are given by the company, and you get to keep them. You know, it's not like say the business implodes in the morning, oh, you have to hand the Lamborghini back or you have to hand the Porsche back. Absolutely not. Bought outright, absolute prize for your tremendous, you know, achievement in building a fantastic team around you. So I'm going to finish up now. I hope you've got a bit of an insight. It's only an overview tonight. Don't worry if you don't completely understand it. John, I'm going to hand you over to John. Now, John's my mentor and he teaches me a lot. And he actually taught me how to do this presentation. So you can blame him if you didn't like it. Anyway, I know I'm going to hand it over to John and he's going to show you. It's all very well me talking to you about all this wealth that we're generating in this business, but this is a man who's the epitome of having, you know, taken the bull by the horns and decided, right, enough's enough. You know, the pension just ain't cutting it. I'm sorry. I am going to, you know, make sure that me and my lovely wife are going to, you know, go hell for leather and build this business. You know, it takes work if you're going to build a team, and John's going to tell you about that, and he's going to show you his back office. So really listen to this guy, because he's just like you and I. Anybody can do it. Don't get me wrong, he's very special, but he's very special, but he definitely has put a lot of work into this. But it's one of those things, he'll probably tell you if he can do it, anybody can do it. And I don't mean that to knock him, and I know he doesn't take it like that, I hope. Anyway, John, passing it over to you. So thanks for listening, everyone, and I hope that you come and have another chat with us and find out a bit more. Okay, thank you.
Stop sharing your screen, Julianne, please.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. Actually, I meant to pass it back to you there, Kevin. I'm very sorry about that. Passing it back to the lovely Kevin, who's got a fantastic team as well.
What an amazing presentation that was, guys. You know, I was never in doubt, because Julianne's presentation is absolutely amazing, and you know, I love it every time she does it. Yeah,
thank you,
Julianne. Really well done. Yeah, that's amazing. As Julianne has just stolen my thunder and introduced John.
Right.
Now, let me tell you a little bit about John first. John is my father, and John is the epitome of this business and how you can succeed with this business. John actually started this business nearly 2 years ago on $500, guys. Now he's on that 100K package Yeah, and he's earning that 3,500 plus a week just on the trading, the passive trading, every single week from a $500 start. Yeah, this business is truly, for those who treat this as a business, it truly can, change your life, and it has changed our whole family's life. So without further ado, I am going to pass you over to my mentor and, one hell of a guy, my dad, John Bates.
Yeah, thanks, Kev. I'm currently trying to log back into my account because my wonderful internet, just as we started the meeting, chose to fall out, and I eventually got it back on again. So I'm about to log into my account. What it's asking for is the two-factor authentication. That's the extra level of security, 187047. That should take me through.
Do you want to share your screen so we can see what you're doing, John?
Yeah, I will do.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So I've actually got there. Now I want to get back there and I want to share screen. Share screen. By the way, you haven't got to be intelligent to build this thing. I'm living proof of that. Right, we can all see my screen.
There you go.
Thanks for the wonderful introduction, Julie and Kevin. Kevin's definitely not biased because I'm his dad. I didn't start this business till I was 75 years of age. 75. How many people do you know who tell you that I can't do this because I'm too old? I can't do this because I'm too young. What an absolute load of baloney. I don't think baloney is swearing, is it, Kev? No, it's definitely not swearing.
No,
What an absolute load of
baloney.
Yeah. It's the 6 inches between your ears that decides whether you can actually do anything. So I started this business at 75 years of age. I started with my good friend, James Curtis, who's my sponsor, who's my mentor. And it was James's turn to actually go in first. I am 1/3 of James's business. So when you actually see what I'm making, multiply that by 3 and you'll know what my sponsor's making, which is absolutely mind-bending. He's just had his whole garden re-turfed with all that magic pet-friendly AstroTurf and all that, which is quite amazing because when you look at it from his bedroom window, he's got the only piece of green grass in the whole street, I think. And he's done it because he can afford it. Okay. Yeah. Here we are. Let me get rid of all the lines of you wonderful people. Now I can see it. Here we are in my account, folks. We know it's my account. It says so here. John Bates, like I said, I've had the name for 77 years and I've got used to it by now. And here we are with the various things. I started at absolute zero income, zero team, zero everything. And I started where all the new people start. James and I joined at $500, and we just built it from there. We've never put a penny more in. And in 12 months, James got there first because he's got a bigger team than me. Obviously, I'm only 1/3 of his business. He got to 100K package in 12 months. Remember, Julie was saying that if you didn't introduce people and you didn't share it with people and you didn't have fun with this thing, that it would probably take you 5 years just with your trading profits. By introducing other people and building an organization, we've managed to do it quicker. It took me 14 months to get to 100K. Was I upset? No, not one little bit. And I worked my way up those leadership levels. Interesting thing is, one of my star players in my team actually overtook me. I'm a manager and she's a director. Am I upset by that? Not one little bit. because that makes me 1/3 of the way towards president in next year, year after, whenever. So here we are. I'm on 100K. There's nearly $32,000 in my balance at the moment. Because I'm at the 100K, I'm putting funds in my balance so that when I complete the 200% dials, and here we are, I'm at 134% at the moment. When it gets to 200%, then I purchase a package and come back in again, and I can come back in at either 50,000, 70,000, or 100,000. I'm actually aiming to it. It'd be nice to come back in at 70,000, and very quickly through the size of the team, boom, 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 I'm back at 100,000. This thing absolutely works wonderful. So let's get there we are. Here we are. Julie talks about the trading profits. That's 70% of your package price trades on your behalf. I'm on the 100K package. There we are. $70,000 trades for me on the Forex market, done by professionals. I don't know nothing about trading. Don't want to know anything. 70,000 trades for me every day, 5 days a week. Now, here we are so far, and backing up what Julie said, here's our profits for Monday. I made, it came in at 1.09%. I made $763 for the day, folks, the day.
Passively.
Now, Tuesday, oh dear me, heaven forbid it was a bit lower. I only made $707. So for 2 days, I've made nearly $1,500. Isn't that incredible?
That's not bad for sitting in your garden sunning yourself all day.
No, absolutely. Hey, I'm living the life of a retired person. No, absolutely wonderful. So that's where the trading comes in. Julie mentioned the Uni Level Bonus, which is the second bonus from the Academy package, which gives you a 15% bonus. It's 15% of the Fast Start bonus, of course. Here we are so far, and they've all come in, and they've come in, and they've come in. And how much is that? It's Tuesday. Is it Wednesday? Yeah, it's Wednesday.
That's high.
Hey, we're only halfway through the week. $2,400. Did that happen to me on day one? No, it didn't. On day one, I'll show you in a minute, my first trading profit on day one, which is back in October, I think it was October, something like that, 2019. God, it seems a million miles away now, 2009. Pre-COVID, folks, pre-COVID. That is why I got $26 something, because the bonuses weren't 5 to 6%. We were making about 8-9% until we hit COVID, and COVID had a global effect, had an effect on the global market. It will go back up again once it all goes away, which with time it probably will. Hope so, because I want to start traveling again. So let's now look at my balance. Boom, there we are. Now I'm going to switch that over to, try that again, 100, and then I'm going to get down there. Cool, look at all that way down. 4. Is that, yeah, that's as far. Here we are. As I said, it was the 26th of the 10th, 2019. Yeah, my memory hasn't totally gone. It was $26.44. Do you know how much work I did for that $26.44? Absolutely zilch. But excuse your upline for a bit of, having stupidity spasms. James and I, neither of us got going straight away. We were involved in something else that we were tying up loose ends. And here we are, they're all trading pool all the way up. And here we are, it's all going up, $32 there, 41 there, 36 there. Here we are, that's 21st of December, just before Crimbo. We made 33.89. Isn't that great? And a bit further on down the road, things start developing. By the March, I started sharing this with other people because I could see that that was the route to go. And what you're actually going to see there, where are we? Fast start. There's the trading pool. And that's on now. What's that? The 5th of the 12th, 20. This is the American way. It confuses me. I'm easily confused as well, folks. Here's the trading pool. It's now gone up to $738.85 for the week. Not a month, a week. That Uni Level bonus we were talking about has gone up to $2,500 a week. And further on down, here's a fast start came in. You remember the fast start? 15% of whatever they came in at, $750. All of this adds up. I took some funds out here, 4,428. That was on the 5th of December. More came in, more came in, more came in, more came in. That's the 13th of December. How many days is between the 5th and the 17th? Oh, it's 8 days, isn't it? 8 days later, I took out another 4,000. Can you see how this can build if you treat it like a business and not treat it like a hobby? Treat it as if your life depends on it, and you will free up your life for the rest of your life. My grandson Ryan is in this. He's building a brilliant business. He's 22 years of age. I'm 77 and he's 22. No, I nearly swore then, didn't I? I hate him. He's got so many years to enjoy the fruits of his labor, and we've only got about 25 left, I hope. No, I want to get to 100 and really annoy the Chancellor and draw my pension too long. So that goes to that one. Yeah, that we're on the 2nd. Here we go. Go back to the 1st. It's all coming in still, folks. Here we are. The 17th of April. I drew at 6740. 17th of April. 24th of April. No, here we are. 26th of April. I draw at nearly another 4.5. Can you see where all these are coming from? The interesting one is the matrix program, which Julie didn't touch on. The matrix program is one of the 5 bonuses that you qualify for when you start sharing it with other people. 5 additional bonuses, folks. These are all here. You can make an absolute fortune out of them. Now, the matrix bonus in the early days, when you only had a few people in your team, was 1 cent here and 5 cents there. Now, I've got in my team, that might be worth showing you. I started at 0 16 months ago. Now, I've only ever introduced 18 people into my organization, and those 18 people have gone on to introduce others, who introduced others, who introduced others. They're from all over the world. I can't even pronounce half the names. I don't know these people, but I'm getting bonuses on them. How many's in the team? Can you read that, Kev?
4,000.
You need to move down a bit.
4,102.
Wow.
Unreal. That deserves a round of applause.
That does.
That is absolutely incredible. Do you know it's growing by about 100 people a week and more? And the sad thing is, I thought it was sad. I came to a point some 5 months ago that I realized that I'd actually lost control of my business. There's a nutshell. Hey, when I was in conventional business, the last thing you wanted to do was lose control. And I lost control of my business. It's kept on growing without me. Do you know, if I decided to go to that wonderful place that's Kevin's background in Barbados and sat on a beach tomorrow and did nothing else, my business will keep growing. Everybody's in their own business. They don't care if John Bates is retired. He's not going to retire, folks. I'm never going to retire. Not at all. I did try retirement when I was 70, and I lasted 3 weeks and got bored. So that I'm not showing you these figures to say how wonderful I've done. What I'm showing you these figures for is say, with a bit of dedication and a bit of work, that's the sort of thing that you can have. You can be where I am in 12 months' time. How many people would like that? I'm currently pulling in 7,000 a week, 8,000 a week.
Yeah, it's just mind-blowing now. It's just
who would like to have that income?
Yeah.
Crazy money.
Yeah, all you got to do is share it. And with that, I'll pass you back to Kevin, and he's going to close the meeting. Over to you, Kev.
Lovely, John. Can you stop sharing your screen?
Done that.
Absolutely brilliant. We always love to see John's back office, and the reason we show the back office is number one, to show you what's possible if you really work and treat this as a business, and number two is to show you what, when you sign up, this is what you will have. You will have this back office, exactly the same with John's. At the start, yours will look different to John's, but if you take this business serious, I can tell you now from my back office and everyone in the team, it just keeps growing. And as John's right, 4,000 people, he could go away for a year and he'd have 10,000. It's just that his business is now so far out of control that it's impossible to stop the growth. We can't even believe, what John's income, let alone all of ours, is going to be like in 12 months. When John's already pulling in the likes of 7,000 a month, 7,000 a week. It's just, your uni level 2,500. You've still got 2 days to go. That's just like absolutely incredible. And it really is an opportunity that you guys need to take seriously and really check out, guys. So get back to obviously the person that's invited you here. Do some more due diligence. Go over to the CFX review and training channel, because there's lots of presentations on there and videos that break down the different bonuses like the uni level and the matrix, and really help you to understand the workings of this company, because none of us knew how it worked when we first started. We were all, it took us a while before it really sunk in and the penny dropped of what we actually have hold of here, guys. It really is, an incredible business. And when you look, me and Vicky, we'll be on 100K. We're on 10K. We've got 2 10K packages from a 300 start. That's 100K is like wow, but that's impressive to us. We're earning triple what we invested every single week now. And that's happening with everyone in the team. I have so many team members, 609 team members now in our team. And like John, we've only sponsored probably a dozen to 2 dozen people ourselves and helped those guys to move on. And a lot of those guys in our team, in my team certainly, they're earning more money than I am, which just goes back to what Julianne was saying about pyramid schemes, everyone at the top getting all the money. That's not true in this business. That I have people in my team that earn a lot more money than I do. It's just a phenomenal business. So with that, guys, as I said, get back to the person that invited you to the meeting. Dip your toe, you won't regret it, I tell you that. And we will see you on next week's meeting. I'm not sure who's on the meeting next week. We will put a post out on the groups to let you know. And have a great evening, guys, and we will see you all next Wednesday.